Good morning and welcome. I am honored to be serving this year as the president of your school board, and my name is Amy Dankel. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our other board members that were able to attend today. Wade Johnson, Curtis Rippey, Bobby Amick, who's serving as our vice president, and Maria McKenzie. As I welcome you, I realize this, as a teacher, was not an optional activity. So I remember sitting there, and I remember thinking, if they want me enthusiastic, why don't they just give me lunch money, so I could go out to lunch. Now that I deal with taxpayers, when they call and complain about stuff, I realize that that would not be a good idea just to start handing out cash. I will be brief, and I'll try to be relevant in this welcome address, but I'd like us to think for just a minute what you tell yourself when the voice in your head is saying, why am I doing this? Why am I involved in public education? There's a lot of things stacked against us in the world today, but frankly, there always has been. So I brought a show and tell because I was a primary school teacher for 22 years, and I can relate to that. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I feel it's important, but what I want you to think about is why is it important to you? And try to take some time and reflect on that before the year really starts to wear you down, because it will. Other people's children will show up in your classroom and make you crazy. You'll battle traffic to get to things like this. You'll have meetings and just all kinds of stuff. So not only does the outside world say, why are you a teacher? But let's think about why in your own mind are you a teacher? Well, I'm one of those people that is like pro-America. I honestly believe that other people who really love their own country, I'm just like, bless their hearts, if they only knew. And one of the reasons I am so, pro-USA, I'm chanting USA when I'm watching the soccer team. I love the national anthem. I'm singing God Bless America loud at stuff, and my kids are rolling their eyes. That's who I am. And having free public education is a big part of that. And that brings me to my show and tell. This apron sits, I don't know if you can hear me, I see this. I have a coffee table in my family room, and in the coffee table, Roger and I have things from our family history. And this is one of the things that's in there, and it sits right beside some report cards. Well, on this little tag it says, my apron I wore in a Pilgrim play in school in 1899. Now, I know I should probably take better care of this, but it's been through a lot. And the story about the little girl Lily who wore this apron is a story that's been told on my mom's side of the family. Lily started her life in a children's home in Ohio, in a time in our country where nobody said biracial and nobody said Native American, and that's just where kids were. It was important for the children in this home to be taught to read because the people who ran the home felt everybody needed to read the Bible. It wasn't any kind of higher education, you can be anything you want to be. But Lily's public school teacher, when she said, I want to be a pilgrim in the play, instead of the other cast of Native Americans, said, you are an American, you can be anything you want to be in this school play. And she held on to this as a young teenage mother. I mean, her daughter had her first kids, twins. She got pregnant when she was 15. I mean, this is during the Great Depression then. My grandmother held on to this. And, I mean, these people were poor when nobody came to help you if you were poor. I mean, it was just charity. But she insisted that her children and her children's children got an education and were proud of who they were because they were Americans and because they were supposed to participate, they had to be educated. So I don't know, out of all the grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, how it ended up in my house, but I'm proud of it, and I'm proud to have been a teacher. Thank you.